To Dodo Modern poets, begin the second half. We're going to start off with some more open mic poets, so I'd like to welcome first of all our very own P.R.Murry. Here he is.
Okay, thank you. I'll just do the one. It's about an animal that escaped from a zoo. Lilith leapt the electric fence. Maybe at the time it made sense to pounce, claws extended at a bird in flight, and so fall into freedom by accident. Or maybe she made a deliberate jailbreak, because you've got to do what you've got to do to get out of the zoo, and who knows what a lynx thinks. But briefly, Lilith the lynx got away. She was no longer on display, she was no longer confined to be admired or ignored by the curious, the awestruck, or the bored peering through the wire. Perhaps real freedom then kicked in, with no food and drink provided, out in the woods and fields and hills. To eat she has to hunt and kill, and maybe at first she has an edge, as it must be centuries since any lynx walked and stalked along these thickets and hedges, so maybe some rabbits and mice, or a bird or two, turned just too late and drew their last breath between the jaws of golden-eyed death. Sadly, hunters can be hunted too, and Lilith could not be left to be free. She was the property of a zoo, and large predators in Britain cannot be, unless they're members of the bourgeoisie. Uncaught, Lilith caused official fear, alleged to pose a risk severe. So a killing bullet, not a tranquilizing dart, was sent to stop this beauty's heart. But the wheel will turn and justice will be done, and free once more Lilith will run, padding along on larger paws, with longer, stronger, deadlier claws. Reborn, a larger, fiercer cat, she'll rip the throats out of bureaucrats.
I love that.
Thank you, Pete.
Terrific.
Okay, I'm going to continue now with Mr. Lee Yan.
I'll read a ballad in Chinese first. I'll read it in English. I translate it into English. If you have any feedback, you can help me with my English. I'll be most grateful. It's called Summer Flowers. 夏日的花，快找个地方歇歇，我好像中弹了。不要这样看着我，我是夏季的花，我的花季结束了，大家不要悲伤。被沉默的夏日高歌，披甲的花初开，笼中月开始明亮。碾碎的花香如故。啊，夏日儿女欢歌，夏日儿女欢舞，夏日恋人相爱。这个夏日，我们希望暴雨荷枪，咆哮雷电，扫射的冰雹，花儿纷纷飘落。我飘向自由天地。远离奴役，我已开在花季，花儿没有恐惧。我飘向寒冷的夜，四下是冰天。我等你，明年夏日，唤醒我，我将盛开。Summer flowers, hurry. Find me a place to rest. I'm afraid I've been shot. Don't look at me so worried. I am a summer flower. My season has ended. There's no need to be sad. Have you heard the silenced sun belt? Have you seen the cage the moon wax? Have you watched the chained flowers blooming? Have you smelt the crushed petals scent? How these summer lads sing, how these summer lasses dance, how these summer lovers love, how this summer we hope. Armored rainstorms strike, roaring thunders smash, hails are shooting everywhere. How these summer flowers fall. Fall, fall, now I fall. No tear but floating free. My season has blossomed. Flowers have no fear. Fall to a cold sleep I fall. Snow and spring rain I see. I'll wait for you, summer sunshine, to wake me up. Fully I will bloom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lee. Now, please welcome Mr. David Andrew.
Well, these are two family poems written for two family occasions. The first one was for the 80th birthday of my cousin Rosemary. And there's a sort of footnote to this because it was held in the Sherlock Holmes Hotel, which is not named in here, so I explained that I thought the hotel was. And she actually lives in America normally. Rosemary's 80th for Rosemary O'Gorman. Gathered together from our years, from here and there, from the then and now, offspring from 8 siblings come to greet you in London town. 2 generations further on, our numbers grow. Maybe our reach expands to countries, Jane's connections previously unknown, an international clan. Then friends, colleagues, those met through time, through chance, common interests, professional agreement, battles won, through years continuing affection. And those who should be here but lived where distance times the wear of years makes travel difficult or cannot get away for familiar or surprising reasons. A family that by and large beats our living expectations, friends who overcome more than they should, some are still now, still with us in imagination. So we come in real life, celebrating not 70, but 10 more years of Rosemary, very much with us. Odd irony in a place named for a fiction. And we're glad for her, for Peter, Ruth, for all who come to say happiest phrase, happy birthday. Smiles for those here only in mind, gathered today in London town. And the second one is very topical, because it was commissioned by my son, who got married, according to this bit of paper, on the 13th of October, just 10 days ago. And he got married to a South American, which might be relevant because it had to be translated into Spanish, which I cannot speak. So you get it in English, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wedding poem for Andrea and Felix, 13th of October 2018. You asked me, both of you, to write a poem for this day when your love becomes official. You'll enter an office paperless, leave with a certificate on which your 2 names are joined into one. Mrs. and Mr., Mr. and Mrs. become each one the others. Here we've been gathered together, witnessing your promises, promises which are the marriage signatures which bind what you've already bound before you came here. All those here, those who can't be but wish they were, wish you the longest of lives of love, of laughter after troubles, friendship recall when apart, children as may come to you, the round of good company, peace when you're the only two. So I give my blessing, blessing also of her not here. This day's been a very best day. Of these, let there be many more. I should have said earlier, the person who wasn't there was my late wife. So which was a bit moaning of it. There we are.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Whoops.
And now please welcome Jim Sanderson. Here he is.
Come on. Keep it slow. Slow it down. Thank you very much.
I'd like to start off with a little poem dedicated to all my Facebook friends out there. And it's called In Your Face Book. I signed up to Facebook, some friends for to find. Alas, the friends I found, they weren't the friends I had in mind. There was one from Cork, one from York, one from Timbuktu, each and every one a friend I never knew. I mentioned nothing of my age or my physical condition, my mental state or predilection. But I got a friend in Goa, one in Genoa, one in Maracaibo. Each and every one stating I was a friend that they would die for. Move with the time, they're told, stand still and you will fall. On Facebook you know everyone, but know no one at all. How shallow one must be to have a million friends. Facebook surely the greatest contradiction in terms. You know, I left my picture blank, just a little silhouette. More curious than ever, my Facebook friends now think I'm Johnny Depp. I have a friend in Baltimore, one in Bangalore, one in Inverness. Know all of the business, but never met them in the flesh. Only joined Facebook that I could log on to, shock the sun. A million friends later asked, my God, what have I done? To escape this madness, I'm off to the pub, some sanity to savour, even if it's only a pint of char with my next door bloody neighbour. This is something I wrote when just immediately after Donald Trump realised he was the new president of the United States. And it's called Trump's, obviously. So, yes, we have no Obama. The Democrats are bereft. If your wallet is empty, then at worst you'd best keep good health. If ill and got no insurance, bad luck. Obama health has been dumped. Be it cancer or cosmetic surgery, you pay through the nose with Trump. Anyone can become president of the United States, it's true. But if you voted Trump, then he's made a chump of you. Trump his finger on the pulse, or should that be the button? If he has a bad hair day, it could well be our Armageddon. Russian roulette at the last chance saloon, God help us if it don't go to plan. Oh, what a thrill, goodbye cruel world, we're off to the promised land. Should Russia come looking for a fight, the Chinese want to play war games, Lee? Donald says we've got nuclear weapons, why the hell don't we use them? Can't see no further than his nose, knows nothing of politics. Upset might you peril, he might go apocalyptic and cause an apocalypse. Try saying that with the drink, can you? Lincoln abolished slavery, put a lot of good men out of work. Trump's minimum wage creates employment for all, provided they can lay a brick. 1,800 miles long, 30 feet in height, thousands of marksmen stateside, trained to shoot anything in sight. No government should dictate what firearms a good American owns. As long as he has the money, he can keep a Kalashnikov at home. Sniping at Muslims at the airport, shooting Mexicans coming over the wall. Arms dealers will be busy when Trump starts the Third World War. But Trump will get his comeuppance, for he's far too fond of the floozies. The judge will say, we got you on CCTV, Donald, where's your trousers? This final poem was,
Oh, okay.
I got one more, that's all I'm going to say. This was a little exercise we did in our creative writing class, where we tried to write a short story about bestiality. Very interested in this writing class, you know. Yeah. And I wrote this poem called The Beast, and I couldn't write a short story, so I wrote a few lines of verse. And it's called The Beast Within. And it'd be more appropriate on a lavatory wall somewhere if you want to know the truth. So here we go. Bestood by bestiality, preoccupied with perversion. From a land where men were men and sheep were very nervous. And the fun was all it was among the sheep gambolling and frolicking, until he found himself before the beak, fined and given a public warning. A playful romp with sprightly sheep, his love of lamb chop much too hasty, which accounts for his picture in the paper, and a headline proclaiming, "Dirty wee beastie." He then met the girl of his dreams for so-called bestiality, until he found she loved her dog more than him, and kept a pig she was far too pally with. But she didn't pick it up to disgusting in anyone's language, destroyed what little esteem he had for her, and put me off his bacon sandwich. She loved those animals more than him. That's when it all went wonky. Playing the field with every Fido, digger and rover, and been doing it for donkeys. He's given up women now, no more boobs, bums and bellies. Give him a field full of sheep and a good old-fashioned kind of wellies. When he goes to bed these nights, finds he can't sleep or wink, has a wet dream, counting sheep. I think it's high time he saw a shrink.
Yes, we have no
Final open mic poet from a lovely varied selection of poets this afternoon. Please welcome Christine Eales.
So a few haiku. I expect you all know there's this expression called the haiku moment, when you see something in nature or in human nature and you just have to make it look as if you've dropped it onto paper, which, as we all know, takes many, many hours. So I've got a few poems which are haiku moment poems. I read them twice, once for the head, once for the heart. This was obviously a train journey into London. London train, between skyscrapers, a flash of St. Paul's. London train, between skyscrapers, a flash of St. Paul's. And you can also have somebody else's account of something. My son went into a perfume shop to get me something specific, and it was Christmas, and all these men were being led around by young girls in white coats, asking them things like, "Does she like floral or green?" And they were like this. So this is a poem inspired by these poor men. Christmas, lost sheep in the perfume shop. Christmas, lost sheep in the perfume shop. And then this one is just a straightforward, you saw something in nature and you popped it on a piece of paper. So here's this one. Roses in the garden, butterfly drinks from the rotting fruit. Roses in the garden, butterfly drinks from the rotting fruit. So a couple more. Sometime in the next hour. Right, here goes. So this was lovely. A little boy was trying to copy the older children and blow wishes off the dandelion, but he was so tiny, his breath was so soft, he couldn't blow them off. So he started shaking the dandelion, which was quite a clever thing to do. So this is just capturing this moment of this darling little boy. Sunny day, little boy shakes wishes from a dandelion. Sunny day, little boy shakes wishes from a dandelion. And then the last one, I want a show of hands, because I put the word Sidcup at the end, because most of us would realise that's a boring place and not at all exotic that's in this country. But I was thinking, if I want to try and flog it to an international magazine, maybe I should put something like Alaska, not Sidcup. So I'll ask your opinion with a quick show of hands. So this is the poem that happened to me when I was dealing with pineapple. Tropical sun, chopping pineapple in Sidcup. Tropical sun, chopping pineapple in Sidcup. So who thinks Sidcup should be the best? Quick show of hands. Who thinks that even if I send it abroad, I should still do it? Okay.
Alaska sounds too exciting.
It sounds too exotic.
That's Alaska. Okay, and who's Alaska? Nobody Alaska?
No.
Right, so, okay. Thank you very much for your help.
We'll carry on the debate on Alaska versus Sidcup over a drink afterwards. So I'd like to welcome back